There are injustices contrary to Jesus' peace, causing devastation around the world. These include racial, economic, gender, sexual orientation, immigration, and climate justice issues. While these injustices have been around a long time, there is a backlash in some nations as reaction to recent efforts to realize a world of justice and peace for all. Various times I've asked Black American church members about their life experiences. While I was not surprised, I was deeply affected by their accounts of unrelenting discrimination, oppression, and violence directed toward them. Their backs have been against the wall for a long time. They are pleading with us to stand up for and with them. Sometimes, they told me, they feel that the church is only interested in certain kinds of diversity that doesn't seem to fully include them. What can we do to seek God's kind of justice with Christ? One thing for sure is we must move beyond idealistic words about the worth of persons, unity in diversity, sacredness of creation, and act in ways that work. Many of our young adults and youth tell us this is particularly important to them. Unfortunately, human and environmental justice issues often are relegated to the hyper-polarized partisan politics realm and dismissed as too controversial for church involvement. The vision of holistic salvation, or shalom, and restoration for people, societies, and the earth calls us to engage justice issues as gospel imperatives, just like Jesus. This takes vision, courage, and persistence. It also takes a spiritual life grounded in God's love that opens us to divine love for all. This empowers us to act positively from a stance of what we are for and not just what we are against. The churchwide discussion of nonviolence, initiated by World Conference Resolution 1319, is related to pursuing God's vision of holistic salvation and peace for people, groups, societies, and the planet. This is not a new topic. In 1982, the World Conference approved WCR 1177 entitled Peace. It provides a broad overview of our position related to peace and violence, including a statement about, and I quote, addressing the root causes of war and violence and working toward the elimination of these. It also declares that we, as a church, oppose all forms of destructive violence, such as national and international conflict, war, withholding of food, terrorism, and mental and physical abuse. So a foundation already has been laid for understanding the relationship of nonviolence to peace. However, there are many questions to explore. What about Jesus' teachings about foregoing revenge violence in a violent world? How do we understand violence and nonviolence in various cultural and vocational settings, including professions entrusted to protect others from violence? How do we unmask subtle but real forms of violence that many do not see as such? How is abusing natural resources and the atmosphere to the point life cannot be sustained violence against us, others, creation, and God? What is the difference between peacekeeping, which may allow injustices to persist, and peacemaking, which seeks just peace, not just the absence of conflict? There are no simple answers, but the conversation is very important, and it takes a lot of time and effort to have a church-wide discussion on these questions in multiple languages, especially during a global pandemic. Materials and opportunities, including online gatherings, are available to guide discussion and feedback. The presidency will update the 2023 World Conference about progress. Common consent building activities will encourage the sharing of perspectives and ideas. How are you and your congregation, group, or mission center participating in the worldwide church conversation on nonviolence? Have you provided comments or questions to support the discussion? We look forward to receiving your responses.